Hello guys, welcome back. We're going to talk about something not popular. An urban legend that caused panic and terror in India. Because a creature that they called a monkey man. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the video. Monkey man causes panic across Delhi. Residents in Delhi were last night bracing themselves for another night of fear and sleeplessness, following a series of bizarre attacks by the Indian capital's answer to a very nasty horror film, The Mysterious Monkey Man. The monkey man, who is between 4 and 5 feet tall, has a monkey-like face, and strikes between midnight and 4 a.m., has pounced on almost 20 victims during the past 5 days, leaving them with deep scratch marks and gouges on their arms and necks. The police have received complaints from people sleeping on roofs or in the open near the city's slums. He is also elusive, slipping away into the darkness after his attacks. Some victims say he wears a helmet. Others insist that he sports metal claws, has a shaggy black hide, and possibly roller skates. At least one man has died after tumbling off a building in panic when his neighbor cried, "The monkey man is here." Despite the sightings, however, police remain unsure whether he is, in fact, a monkey. Doctors say the bites are animal bites and not of a human, Mr. Roy said. But then there are some people who have also said that the person uses iron claws and teeth. The monkey man began his reign of terror at the weekend in the poor colonies of East Delhi. He has since struck so many times across the capital that some officers now believe that there could be more than one monkey man. Youths armed with axes and sticks, meanwhile, have started patrolling the streets, and right-wing Hindu activists have taken up strategic positions with swords and scimitars. The creature had its hands on my thighs when I woke up. It looked like a langir, a type of monkey, Yunus, who lives in the suburb of Krishan Nagar, said last night. When Rahina, my mother, picked up a broomstick, it jumped out of the balcony. Delhi residents, it seems, are not the first victims of this phenomenon. A scratcher known as Spring-Heel Jack appeared in London in 1837. He, too, had ironclad fingers, glowing eyes, wore dark clothes and scratched his victims. He was never found. Sociologist Robert Bartholomew and I wrote briefly about this episode in our book Hoaxes, Myths and Manias. Why we need critical thinking. But overall, there has been relatively little written about it from scholarly and skeptical perspectives. On this 20th anniversary of the panic, it seemed like a good time to revisit this case in more depth. Indian news media picked up on the story and ran with it, sensationalizing reports in the process. The most lurid and dramatic descriptions, of course, got the most attention, which in turn triggered demands from the public to be protected. Local law enforcement officials, understandably, were not sure how to handle the bizarre situation. They were used to dealing with accidents, homicides, and neighborhood disputes, not mysterious and menacing half-monkeys armed with steel claws. Inundated with panicked calls but no suspects or leads, the police soon set up special hotlines and offered a large 50,000 rupee, $1,000, reward for information leading to the capture of this monster. Though meant to generate useful leads, this financial incentive had the effect of increasing the number of crank calls and false alarms. Indeed, as news of the monkey man spread, there was a snowball effect. More coverage spurred more sightings, but also more attention-seeking pranks and hoaxes. Many people got in on the action, offering ever wilder and evidence-free stories to an eager news media. As days turned into a week, and the panic increased with no arrests being made, citizens took the law into their own hands. Vigilante mobs took to patrolling the streets at night, armed with clubs, poles, and machetes. The rolling blackouts which often plagued the city only added to the sense of fear and foreboding. As in other monster panics I've investigated, including the Chupacabra in Puerto Rico and the Popobawa in Zanzibar, There were overnight vigils and stackouts, where armed men took turns at sentry while the others slept. Predictably and tragically, in some cases mob justice ensued, and several people were attacked. The Washington Post reported that a van driver was chased by a mob that believed him to be the Monkey Man, dragged out of his vehicle, and severely beaten. He was hospitalized with multiple fractures. One of the most puzzling things about the case was that there was no real evidence of this phantom attacker. With no photographs or footprints, the main forensic evidence offered in support of the attacker, and implicitly refuting growing skepticism that it was all a hoax or hallucination, were injuries said to have been caused by encounters with the Monkey Man. Indeed, evidence was offered of encounters, much of it ambiguous. Monkey Man victims showed off a variety of minor injuries and wounds, most of which were indistinguishable from bites from rats or dogs, along with rashes, scratches, and the like. To many people who saw photos and video of the injuries, widely shared in news media, it was compelling. Though it was surely true that not every Monkey Man sighting or report was accurate, for many people these disparate reports offered evidence corroboration. Unless the dozens of ostensible strangers, offering superficially similar stories and injuries, had all somehow conspired together to fake the incidents, surely there must be something to it, many people thought. Social panics do not occur in a vacuum. In the climate of fear that swept New Delhi, people interpreted anything as a threat. Any sound in darkness or cry in the night could be interpreted as an imminent attack. It's also important to remember the physical environment. Crowded, poorly lit, sweltering rooftops during rolling blackouts. In a city of 14 million people during a heat wave of over 110 degrees Fahrenheit, the situation was ripe for misperceptions. 2 decades after the Monkey Man appeared, and then disappeared just as quickly, the case remains one of the strangest examples of mass hysteria panics in modern times. With sober analysis, we can hopefully learn from it and be better prepared for the next mass sociogenic panic. What do you think? If you've reached this part of the video, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. It really helps improve my channel. That's all for now. I hope you enjoy the video. Until next time, guys.